Ryan,
Yo,
I am super excited about something.
what are you excited about?
I'm proud of myself.
You're proud?
Yes.
What'd you do?
Okay.
What have you done?
So before we started this show, if you were to type in on YouTube, Fire Guy Ryan, you would see nothing but The Office. You'd see nothing but BJ Novak and, Ryan started the fire.
You don't even see that, by the way. I've tried looking up that clip.
Oh, yeah, they have a lot of copyrights on those things.
Yeah, it's hard to find that clip.
But there's a lot of clips, and it's mostly The Office, and The Office
Sure.
is one of my all-time favorite shows. Now, when you type in Fire Guy Ryan, you make the first page.
Hey!
At least as of today, and it counts for me.
That counts.
Maybe that may not be there tomorrow, but it happened today, and I remember seeing that going, oh my gosh.
I've made it.
That's it. We're done.
We can shut this whole thing down now.
No, we can't, because we're talking about Silver Surfer and the Infinity Gauntlet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of our lives.
So
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and you can do that by hitting the subscribe button. Join the community. What issue are we talking about today? Because we're covering all the issues.
Silver Surfer 57.
This issue is wild.
You can tell by the cover.
You can tell by you would think that this is by Jim Starlin, but it's not.
Nope, there's a lot of drugs all present all throughout this, I would imagine. But it's not by Jim Starlin, who has freely admitted to the influence of substances on him while he was writing this story.
What is this issue about? Because as you remember, our last issue, Marvel fooled us.
Correct. We got
the Rons
bamboozled.
Totally did a gotcha moment on us, and it is now on the internet forever.
We are fools. Mostly Tom.
Mostly me. Hey, both of us. What are you talking about? Trying to put it all on me. Both of us were like at the end of that issue.
We blew the roof off.
We were like, oh my gosh, what's happening? How is this? And I felt like one of those many fans who wrote those angry letters that they had to deal with back in the day at Marvel when they were
angry
juggling.
letters do you think are in the back of that issue?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I would like to track one of those actual issues down and see the letter pages.
You know what's funny is that I've watched different interviews about that happening, because supposedly they use that information for analytics, and I'm thinking, as a way to measure the success of a story. Like, wow, we got I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, who knows the numbers? But let's just say, oh wow, we put out an issue here, and we got 500 letters. And then we got 700 letters. And then you kind of see like, oh wait, that actually means a little bit of like a response. Like that's your engagement with your audience. Well, it's like it's all happening now again, but it happened digitally. And it's like Thanos has us in the reality stone. And okay, let's just jump into this issue, because
it's already getting confusing, guys.
It is. But this issue's awesome.
It is.
What's going on?
It's kind of like an extended Silver Surfer therapy session. I guess the best way to condense the plot of this issue.
Thanos, moments after Silver Surfer.
Let's summarize.
Yes, let's summarize. So Silver Surfer is going in for the kill here.
Okay, so we have Silver Surfer flies in at the end of the battle with all the Earth heroes. He flies in and tries to snatch the gauntlet from Thanos. Doesn't work, and Silver Surfer just kind of keeps going, I guess, because of the speed he was traveling. And Thanos is just like, you know what? I'm done with this. He keeps messing up my plans, so I'm just gonna blast him. And he hits him with some kind of undisclosed energy, which apparently makes him see trippy stuff.
Oh, he goes into like a different type of reality. We're dealing with reality because of the reality gems, right? Reality stone.
We can assume that he was hit with some sort of reality blast, if you will, from the reality stone.
Yeah, you kind of almost forget who's drawing this at this moment.
Yeah.
It gets awesome. I'm gonna hunt for this.
I want panel.
This page.
Yeah.
I want this page. I'm like, one day I'm gonna own this page, and I probably won't. But you know what? It's one of those grails. You gotta just throw it on the list. You never know. Tom Vincent.
That's right. Lots of Toms, lots of Rons all over this whole run.
Yeah. Like, what does the color work remind you of?
It reminded me a lot of like 90s cartoons, like Nickelodeon. We both actually said Rocko's Modern Life.
It's because of that one yellow little spot.
The cheese wedge. It looks like a hunk of cheese.
You're just like all of a sudden 90s colors. Like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Flashback.
It's like Nickelodeon.
It's awesome. What a great combination here. But he gets blasted into this like reality. But what is this different reality? It's a place. It's virtual reality.
Yeah, he kind of just ends up on this like blank, flat kind of plane floating out in space. There's these doors. He walks over and finds just these giant tall doors standing there. And he has...
it's like Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff.
That's what it reminded me of. The doorknobs are faces. And
even the dialogue.
Some of the dialogue was kind of referencing Alice in Wonderland. But he opens these doors, and inside is a normal guy just sitting there smoking a cigarette, like an old bald guy with glasses smoking a cigarette.
If he had different glasses, it would be Transmet.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
It's kind of an interesting little change up here because you're like, oh, where is he? What is he gonna do? And then there's just dude just like chilling.
Let's talk about your fears and your memories and everything that's ever happened to you in your whole life.
On like a Vans sneaker floor.
Yeah. It looked like some kind of weird Illuminati checkerboard floor, like Twin Peaks. It's a weird room. It's a weird situation. It's a very strange issue. Who's the guy? He calls himself virtual reality.
Yes, he is the embodiment of virtual reality.
I thought he was gonna say that his name was like Sigmund Freud or something. Like he was gonna be an actual psychotherapist.
No, not so much. He doesn't want anything to do with what's happening.
This whole issue is nuts. It feels like another dream sequence where Silver Surfer kind of blanks out and slips into his own mind again.
See, this is a really good moment we can pause here because we've seen something happen over the course of these last few issues. We've seen a break in the story, one that was needed because of the main event. You have to always remember, we've covered all of these different crossover events, and they're trying to keep it within continuity.
Right.
So what do you do if the main storyline hasn't progressed yet, but you have all of these stories actually happening? You have to come up with ways to provide story, possibly move the story forward, but not in a way that puts you too far ahead of the main event. And that's what we have. We have 3 issues in now, and nothing has happened in the first 2 in canon. So they just got themselves 2 months of no progress, but really good storytelling and getting people engaged. You have to imagine the engagement with these issues got just like us that we joked around about.
Sure.
So that's a success right there. Bam, they come out with this next issue, and what are we seeing now? We're seeing a flashback. We're going to go now through parts of Silver Surfer's life that are key moments, but this is why I really enjoy it. These key moments are like another camera angle to these monumental events in Marvel history. What does Silver Surfer experience, and what new pieces of art and new styles do we see of these events?
Well, the guy at Virtual Reality, he actually tells him several times throughout this issue, like, this isn't me looking through your brain, through your memories. This is how you remember certain events that happened to you. So we're not actually seeing facts. We're not like seeing a film replay of events that happened to him. This is his memories. And they're kind of warped and shifted a little bit from what actually happened. But it's a cool, different perspective. So Silver Surfer's first memory that they go over is the death of his mother. We see his mom. She has killed herself. He's crying like, my mom's dead. Which I guess is pretty sad. I mean, I don't want to downplay the death of someone's parents.
Ryan. Well, to be fair, both of his parents committed suicide.
Yeah, that's rough. And it makes sense. It explains why he's a little bit aloof and antisocial, and he clearly has some kind of depression. I would wager a guess as
Absolutely.
to say. I'm not a trained professional by any means.
So we've gone through this before. His parents both passed away.
Right.
They both committed suicide. This is a very broken character. Mm-hmm. And that's actually very common among Marvel characters. You hear that all the time. But this one in particular, it's interesting when you see emotion. This issue, we see more emotion out of Silver Surfer than anything in the entire run.
Yeah, all of these events playing out in front of him are kind of affecting him very clearly. He's distraught and he's screaming a lot and he's down on his knees kind of crying and begging.
You're seeing like the 5 most important parts of like most effective things that he's ever experienced in his life.
Yeah.
And he's lived a long life.
And apparently on Zen Law, when a kid goes through some serious grief, they automatically pair you up with somebody to kind of help you process. And that's how he met the love of his life. I was calling her Zen Law. Her name's not Zen Law. Her name is Shala Bal.
That's right.
He met the love of his life, Shala Bal, from kind of a little kid. I don't know.
It's what it is. It's like they're paired off after tragedy because these people have to remain perfect. This is an ideal society. What a better way to numb loss than to introduce a new affection, new love, something you can kind of put a Band-Aid over the situation.
He blows her off, though. He walks away. The little kid, Silver Surfer, is not feeling it. He walks away.
Yeah, but, it's like...
important. It's the first time they ever met.
Big moments in his life, because now that triggers his, like, emotions of, like, yeah, I am still not with her.
Sure.
And she may be dead right now. Like, so he's dealing with that again. Just loss after loss. But that's not all.
After that, we see his dad kill himself again, which we went through already after the whole plagiarism incident and a different flashback we read before.
Yeah, perfect society means you have to be perfect.
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure to the point where you'll just leave your family. You'll abandon your son who had his own mother kill herself.
Right.
Like, oh, holy smokes.
Yeah, that's really dark.
But then it gets even worse because then he has flashes about like the time with the Defenders, about how he can't ever be really part of a team for long because...
I really liked that page.
It's good.
Kind of cut and deep and showed how he has to abandon people because he always feels alone and he feels so separated from everybody else.
That's right.
He can't handle being on a team for too long.
Even though the team is like him.
That's like his family, you know?
Right? And
His new family.
He's already accepted it. He's got to be alone.
That's rough.
Ooh, it's rough. But then we have my favorite flashback. And this is a very cool thing for, like, I think this is to any fan of Kirby, any fan of Galactus, Silver Surfer. We get panels from way back when. We get panels from when Silver Surfer first becomes the Herald and has to say goodbye to his loved one.
Yeah, we get to see him actually surfing away. You know, I'm not sure if we got to see that in the first place back in the day, but it's cool to see it from a different perspective with a different artist.
Different angle.
Right, and since these are his memories, we're not 100% seeing exactly what happened before, so there's some wiggle room there if things aren't exactly the same.
This is how he remembers it. We're getting another view of the situation. We're getting a view of a very Kirby-looking square Galactus devouring a planet from afar. Another really cool shot that's like, just imagine the scale of this being.
There's a lot of cool perspective shots in here that reinforce just how big Galactus is.
We're seeing moments of where he's realizing that this is his life now.
Yeah, Silver Surfer's kind of just getting used to his new existence as picking out planets for Galactus to eat.
So, like, yeah, we're not seeing progression to the story, but I'm okay with that.
It's another really cool dive into his psyche, his mentality.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button. We've got to remind you.
Please like us.
You'll forget. We want 10 likes. We need at least 10 likes.
We're going for 10.
Otherwise, they're going to shut this whole thing down.
They're going to shut us down. But you can't shut us down because we have way more issues to cover.
There's no time. We have like 30 more of these to do.
Oh, and who knows? Because you know what? I'm calling it right now. There is a major plot point that we missed. We're going to end it right now.
What did we miss?
There's this dinosaur that's hashing in space.
Oh, the lizard guy in the cocoon.
And it caused us to read a whole nother comic. So there's going to be a 0.5 episode to this.
There's a whole nother. It's a mess.
So hit that bell so you don't miss out on that. And then, as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough said. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you shop for comics on eBay, remember you can hit the link below before you make your purchases. And rather than paying eBay the full fee that you would otherwise pay, we get half and you can help support the show. We put that money towards better equipment. We can edit more videos and make more content for you when you do. Thank you to all that participate by doing that. We appreciate the support.